Welcome back, everybody. I pray you all having a blessed day. In today's video, I want to talk about a topic that often gets pushed to until later. We don't like to think about it. We don't like to plan for it. And sometimes we assume that this is something only the wealthy need to worry about. But in reality, it's one of the most important ways that we can show love to our families and to also honor God with what He's entrusted to us. I'm talking about estate planning. I want to talk about how you can create a plan that not only protects your loved ones, but also reflects your faith and your values. Hi, my name is Prince Chenou. I'm a certified financial planner candidate working in wealth management at a major financial institution. I create these videos to make personal finance simple, practical, and accessible for people like you and me. My goal is to break down money topics so that you can make decisions with confidence. So let's jump into it. Estate planning isn't just about the money. It's about the stewardship. Everything that we have, our income, our home, our savings, even our opportunity, is ultimately a gift. And with that gift comes responsibilities. When you sit down and think about your estate plan, I encourage you to ask yourself two questions. One, how can my plan reflect what matters most to me? And two, how can it honor God and serve the people I care most about? This shift in mindset makes all the difference. If you see an estate planning only as a way for you to control your money after you're gone, it feels cold and overly technical. But when you put God at the center, it becomes less about control and more about creating a legacy of love, responsibility, and generosity. Putting God first means that remembering you're leaving behind not just the wealth and assets, but you're also leaving behind values, priorities, and testimony. It's about making sure that when your family looks back, they see not only what you left them, but also the way that you lived your life and the heart behind your decisions. Once your mindset is grounded in faith, the next step is communication. Estate planning isn't just paperwork. That's why one of the most important parts of the process is having open conversations. Talking honestly with your spouse, your children, or the people who will be inheriting from you. Don't leave them guessing about what you want. Too often, families are left trying to piece together after a loved one has passed away. This can lead to confusion, stress, or even arguments. But when you have clear, honest conversations ahead of time, this removes that burden from them. And these conversations shouldn't just cover the what. This should also explain the why. Sharing the reasons behind your decisions, your values, your faith, the lessons that you've learned is so important. And if you desire to give a portion of the estate to a cause or to your church, explain why. If you want to structure trust in a particular way, let your family know that your heart is behind it. When you share both the what and the why, your estate plan becomes more than just a set of rules and instructions. It becomes a reflection of your love and your faith, giving your family context and clarity. Now, of course, conversations alone aren't enough. You also need structure. Organization is one of the most greatest gifts that you can leave your family. Keeping all the important documents, account details, and instructions in one secure but accessible place reduces stress and confusion. When the time comes, your loved ones won't be scrambling to track down information about your accounts. They have everything that they need right then and there. Think about it this way. Your estate plan is only as good as your family ability to find and follow it. Organized records turn good intentions into practical help. Now that we've laid the foundation with faith, conversation, and organization, let's talk about the core documents that make up an estate plan. These are the tools that turn your intention to reality. The first one is a will. A will is the foundation of almost every estate plan. It answers three key questions. Who gets what? Your will specifies how your home, bank account, investments, or personal belongings are distributed. Second is who raises your kids. For parents of minors, it allows you to name guardians instead of just leaving that decision to the court. Third one is who's in charge. It appoints an executor, someone you trust to carry out your wishes. Without a will, state law determines that for you, and often leads to confusion, delays, and conflicts. A simple, well-drafted will provides clarity, peace of mind, and direction for your family during a difficult time. The second piece of document is a trust, if needed. Not every family needs a trust, but for many, it's one of the most effective estate planning tools. A revocable living trust can avoid probate, save time, money, and keep families' matters private. It can provide control, allowing you to decide how and when beneficiaries receive assets. It can protect loved ones, especially children, young adults, and heirs who may not yet be ready to manage the money wisely. A trust isn't about ruling from the grave. It's about protecting your family, ensuring that what you're building actually benefits them in a healthy and sustainable way in the future. The third piece of document is a power of attorney or a POA. A power of attorney lets you Appoint someone you trust to handle financial and legal matters if you can. This could be temporary, like if you were to be hospitalized, or long term. Without a power of attorney, your family may have to go through costly court proceedings just to be able to help you. Naming someone ahead of time saves time, reduces stress, and makes sure that your affairs are handled accordingly to your wishes. The fourth piece of document is a healthcare directive or a living will. A living will allows you to outline your medical treatment preferences, such as whether you will want life support or resuscitation in case you're unable to communicate. This ensures that your wishes are respected and spares your loved ones from making heartbreaking decisions without guidance. It's one of the most compassionate things that you can do for your family. The fifth piece of document is the healthcare power of attorney. Healthcare POA goes hand in hand with the living will. It names someone you trust to make medical decisions on your behalf, especially when situations arise that your directive doesn't cover. No document can predict every possible scenario. That's why having a trusted advocate ensures that your care aligns with your values and your beliefs. Together, these documents, your will, your trust, your POA, your living will, and your healthcare POA, form the backbone of a solid estate plan. These are not just pieces of paper. They're tools of love, stewardship, and responsibility. But here's the thing. Estate planning is not a one and done project. Life changes, and your plan needs to keep up with those changes as well. Marriage, children, divorce, moving to a different state, or even a major change in your finances. All of these are reasons to review and update your estate plan. Think of it like a maintenance. You won't ignore your car for 10 years and expect it to run smoothly. In the same way, you can't create an estate plan once and then assume it's always going to fit. Reviewing regularly ensures that your plan always reflects your current situation, priorities, and values. Now, finally, let's zoom out and talk about legacy. Estate planning is not only about legal documents and financial tools. At its heart, it's about passing down values. This can take many forms, leaving a portion of your estate to your church or a cause that you believe in, writing a personal letter to your children, sharing your story, your faith, and the lessons that you've learned, or maybe creating a family mission statement to help guide the future generation. These personal touches transform the estate planning from a financial task or to-do list into a spiritual and relational legacy. They remind your family that what you value was more than just the money. It was about the faith, the love, and the purpose. So let's bring this all together. Estate planning is not only about the financial security. It's about the spiritual alignment. It's about showing love and being responsible and making sure that your values continue long after you're gone. So here's the key steps to keep in mind. 1, put God at the center. 2, have meaningful conversations with your family. 3, stay organized. 4, put the right documents in place. 5, review your plan regularly. And then finally, 6, think about the legacy that you want to leave beyond the money. When you do these things, you don't just leave behind assets. You leave behind clarity and peace and a testimony of faith and love. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you have a blessed day.